Hey guys, it's Tahira, and today I'm gonna be talking about all the books that I read in the month of June. I think I said this last month too, but I can't believe it's already the end of June. It's actually July 2nd, the day that I'm filming this. So time is going by so fast, and I feel like everything is just like time is just creeping up on me and I don't know how to deal with it. So the month of June was actually not a super great reading month for me. Like I did enjoy the books I was reading, but I only read 4 books, which I feel like is not bad at all. Like if you're reading any amount of books or pages during a month, like that's totally fine. But for me, I feel like I try to aim for at least 5 or more. So yeah, I just hit a little bit short of that goal, but still I had a good time with all the books that I read. This is gonna be a pretty short wrap up because I only have 4 books. So jumping right into the stats, I had a very even split with all these genres. I read 1 thriller, 1 dystopian romance, 1 fantasy, and then 1 romance. My pages was 1,417 and my average rating for this month was 3.5. So not terrible. Even with the average rating, it's not great obviously, but I feel like it's still skewing on the higher side. So overall, it was not a terrible reading month for me. But jumping right in, the first book that I read in June was The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I ended up giving this 2.75 stars. Back in January when The Crash came out, I kind of told myself that I wouldn't pick up any new Frida McFadden books just because feel like I needed a break from her newer releases. I think they were all kind of running together, especially because she writes so quickly and she releases so many books in a year, and her last couple books hadn't been like great for me. They were kind of misses. I didn't really enjoy reading them. But when The Tenant came out, I had every intention to not read it and just skip out on this one. But obviously seeing everyone like read it and talk about the plot twist and people were saying that they were shocked by it, I kind of just got FOMO and that's why I decided to pick this one up. Frida McFadden is also super like fast and engaging and gripping. Like I literally read all of her books in like 1 to 2 days. So like I knew it wasn't going to take me super long to read, and I kind of wanted a little bit of a palate cleanser as well. So I just decided to pick it up. Obviously by my rating, I didn't love it too much. I thought it was slightly better than some of her last books that have come out, like The Crash and The Boyfriend. One of the things that I'm missing in recent Frida McFadden books is truly being shocked by the plot twist. I've definitely read books like, for example, Never Lie and The Teacher, where the plot twist / the end like always got me. Like even if I thought I knew what was going on, it was completely different. With the recent books, it's more like I don't really predict like exactly what's going on, but it's not shocking to me what is actually going on. Like it's not like my jaw is on the floor and I just can't believe it. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. For this one, it was kind of the same thing. I also didn't like that at the end. I hate this in thriller books where like, or even like in any kind of book where like a villain comes out and starts like kind of having a monologue and explaining everything that they did and that they're doing and all their intentions and all their reasoning for everything and just explaining literally everything they did. Like I feel like that's so cheesy. I literally feel like it just ruins the entire ending for me. But I cannot lie, Frida McFadden books are just kind of like a drug. Like they're not great for me. I don't particularly enjoy the experience all the time, but I'm always coming back to it. And I'm just gonna say, don't be surprised if I'm also picking up the next Frida McFadden. The next book that I read is a book that's been super popular recently and also been the topic of a lot of conversations and controversies, and that is Silver Elite by Dani Francis. This one I gave 4 stars, so I actually really enjoyed it. So Silver Elite is about this world where there was a war, and during this war there was this biotoxin that was used that created powers in some people. We have the mods, which are the people with the powers, and then we have primes, which are the people without powers, and primes are actually at the top of the social hierarchy because mods are kind of seen as like freaks and they're not really seen as accepted. They're seen as like strange and how like they shouldn't have powers. So our main character Ren is a mod, and she's actually a pretty powerful mod because she has like 4 different abilities, which is pretty uncommon for even like the people that she's with, the people with powers. So one day Ren makes a careless mistake and she gets conscripted into this program, which is just called the program, where she is trying to be in the silver block. So the command, which is like the military complex, they are divided into different groups like copper, tin, silver, which are different, they have different purposes. So she's trying to be in the silver block, which is for like combat training, fighting and undercover operations, stuff like that. So she is in this program, and majority of the book is following her through the program and her journey through that, as she's trying to also like figure out what to do, how to get out. So yeah, as I said, I really enjoyed it. Actually, I was surprised because I'd heard so many mixed reviews about it, and also this has been like kind of talked about in the AI conversation, because people are saying this is AI written. I didn't feel like it was, or nothing pointed out to me. But also like AI, obviously, like it's hard to tell all the time, but personally me, I feel like I really enjoyed the writing. I thought it was really engaging and gripping, and it kept me wanting to read more. I liked the journey. I liked the whole experience in the program. She ends up meeting like people there. She creates kind of like a friend group there, and it's also like a little bit fun because she's hanging out with those people and she's trying to figure out. I love an academy setting in general. Like I love when characters go to like classes and learning stuff about the world in like an academic setting, and we kind of got that with the program, so I enjoyed that part. In the end, I did wish that there was a little bit more depth to the world. I just wanted a little bit more explanation of the lore of like what exactly happened. And the other thing that kind of brought it down a star for me is that the romance felt like it cheapened the plot a lot, because she is in this dangerous situation. She's in the silver block, literally with people that hate her. They don't really know that she's a mage. They don't know she has powers. They think she's like them, and she's basically in a situation where in any other situation you would be panicking, like what am I supposed to do? But I feel like she had a goal of going in there to figure out how to get out, but then like I feel like the romance kind of sidetracked her a bit. It seemed like whenever the male main character came into the picture, she just kind of forgot her plan and just kind of got carried away by lust, and I feel like that cheapened some parts of the plot, especially because like it's supposed to be a very dire situation for her, but I didn't really feel like it the way that she was acting sometimes with like, especially with the romance. But honestly, it didn't deter me too much. I still really enjoyed this, and I am going to be continuing on, and I'm excited for the sequel and what it has to offer. And I read Every Hearted Doorway by Shannon McGuire, which I gave 3.75 stars. I ended up really enjoying this. I've heard a lot about this over the years, and it also has a really unique concept that I'm honestly obsessed with and I want to know more about. This follows this woman, Eleanor, and she has this house for wayward children, which are basically children that are like living their life, but then they find a door to another world, so they go off and have an adventure, and then when they come back, they're like really shocked and they need to adjust because the world that they were in is like really different from our like normal world. So the house is basically for them to adjust back to the normal world and kind of accept their circumstances and like what happened to them. So our main character comes back from her world, and she's kind of in this house, and we're kind of learning alongside with her about these worlds and what the other kids went through as well. I thought the concept was really interesting. I think the concept of a world opening up that is catering to your needs at what you need at that time, and it's only for children too, like adults can't really access this world. I just thought that the concept was really interesting. I do feel that this is a really short book. It's only 175 pages, so this is a novella series. So yeah, I definitely wanted there to be a little bit more depth, especially because there's like a murder mystery kind of smashed into this book, and I feel like we didn't need that because this book is so short. I kind of wish we kind of focused a little bit more on just expanding the world and that part a little bit more. But I didn't mind it. I still enjoyed the book, and I will be continuing on. I know this is an interconnected standalone series, and I know there's a lot of books out, so it's not like I'm like dying to get to the next book, but I'm definitely intrigued to continue on. And the last book that I read in June was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This is my second Abby Jimenez. I read Part of Your World, I think earlier this year, I want to say, and I enjoyed that one, and I ended up giving this 3.5 stars, so I didn't like this one as much. But overall, I'm still really enjoying her romance book so far. I liked the characters in here, especially Jacob. Jacob is like the most selfless, like innocent and kind, caring person. He just cares so much about the people he loves, and he's such a good man, and I just loved reading about him. This book also has good anxiety representation because Jacob also has anxiety, and since we're in dual point of view, so we get both the other girl, Brianna, she's our main character, and Jacob's point of views, we really get a first-hand experience of what his anxiety is like. And although at first it kind of felt like a lot, because anxiety can be a lot, you're kind of constantly thinking about certain things. His came in the form of more social anxiety and like what kind of what people thought about him, and just kind of his situations with people around him, which was definitely relatable at times. Yes, at first I did feel like a lot, and it just felt like there was just a lot of it, and it was kind of overwhelming, but I kind of did realize like as the book went on, that that's just kind of how anxiety is, and that it sometimes is a lot, it is overwhelming, and that it can lead you into spirals. One thing I didn't love about this book is that the fake dating whole miscommunication thing. I have said this so many times with this book. I feel like fake dating is just not for me anymore. I just don't care for the back and forth of like, yes, they have the fake dating, but towards the end they have the back and forth where both characters have feelings for each other, but they think that the other one doesn't, so they try to convince themselves that the other person doesn't care as much as they do, and it just gets frustrating after a while. And for this one, it was like no exception. I just felt like after a while I'm just like, please talk it out, like you're grown adults, just tell her that you like her. But then I don't know, it just got too repetitive in that regard. But yeah, still really enjoyed it. I have really high hopes for Just for the Summer. I feel like I've heard so many amazing things about that one, and I'm excited to continue on with the Abby Jimenez books. So yeah, those are all the books I read in the month of June. As I said, pretty quick wrap up. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, as of course I would love to know. Also, I have started a TikTok. I will link it down below. My username is just the same as my YouTube username, which is Tahira Reads. I don't know how consistent I'll be. I've been wanting to get into short form for a while. I will see how the journey goes, but so far I'm having a lot of fun. But yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.